Good morning, my name is Prizgintas. I am an author, historian, preservationist, and musician from the Hudson Valley. I am a December 2021 graduate of Marist College with a BA in history, minor in Hudson Valley Studies, and a concentration in public history. And at the end of last year, in December 2023, I earned a master's in Marist College in public administration. Outside of Marist College, there are, you could say, two stadiums in which I expand my work. One of these is within nonprofit historical societies, and it's really the crux of my work, where I encourage myself to build partnerships between local history and communities. Among the most notable of these is the Woodbury Historical Society, which fostered a lot of my early interests in local history. I first joined WHS when I was 11, and I'm very thankful to have a wonderful group of colleagues that I work with and have worked with over the last 10 years and continuing to build that theme of community awareness. On a more individual note, I am a professional lecturer and musician, have been doing as such in a professional field since November of 2021. My, you could say, staple program is titled From Bach to Rock. I am classically trained on the cello, and I always like to push the limits of this traditionally classical instrument. As I like to say, we have the participants in the audience immersed between history and harmony. Now there are 12 selections either in production or currently performing, including The British Invasion, A Salute to Broadway, A Night at the Opera, America's Songs of Patriotism, Protest, and Praise, and so many more. Prior to my work in writing articles and in lecturing, I was first and foremost a collector of objects that are rather eclectic in nature, a theme of tying history with harmony. With each selection I perform, I really like to draw the audience to an immersive experience. I like to provide not only something more, an experience that they leave the show learning something new, but also in a method that times my passions as a historian with my release and work as a musician. I have what's known as synesthesia, which is the crossing of nerves, in addition to something such as each musical pitch being related to a color. That does help me to memorize things at a rather quick rate. I do have to be careful though, because when I memorize musical notes, I can sometimes miss other elements. During my time at Marist, I would say one of my most memorable experiences was publishing two peer-reviewed journal articles with the Hudson River Valley Institute, which is of course a branch of Marist College and the history department. I think it's always important to balance the legacies of those before us who have built this environment, in terms specifically these nonprofit organizations that are often so vital to preserving our past, and then using those legacies to build new methods in which we attract different populations. Each year or every few years, it's inevitable that more parts of our history are neglected and forgotten. And in doing so, I think it's all the more vital that local historical societies and other relative organizations preserve these artifacts and share them with the regional public.